Okay, I guess. Welcome to our 1-year anniversary episode, folks. It's a big deal. We did traditionally, as the show works, we had a snafu, so we lost Rachel as a guest tonight. But we still have Cheyenne, and we still have some good stuff in store. I was getting too much on there. We were going to open with a song, but I'm having some technical difficulties with my internet. It kept fading me in and out. So maybe next time. It's going to be epic when I do it. Sorry. But we are going to bring on my friend Pod Solo here in a little bit. Cheyenne, the Boots, Houghton. We can call him the Boots. I think that's fair. Everybody give good thoughts to Rachel tonight. She's going through some stuff. So send those out, obviously. She was our first guest ever. Our first legit interview. Back in the day, when it was me and Claire. Yeah, Claire. Back when it was us, we had a great day. Wally's here already. Heather's here already. Beautiful. Welcome. There's a couple people here today. Nice. All right, Wally wants us to bring on the Boots. And this is the guy who started the whole deal. Cheyenne, welcome. Welcome back.
How we doing?
We're doing good. Now that you can hear me, we're doing good. Every time the screen changes,
I can hear you.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. So of course, Cheyenne couldn't hear me. He couldn't open the show on his iPad. This show is a curse. It is 100% a curse to myself and my guests. Jedi Monkey's here. This Jedi Monkey guy watched like 4 episodes with us live, the whole episode, and then I got an alert that he subscribed. Like after the 4th episode, I was like, "You watched 4 hours of me, and then you subscribed." That's a sample,
right?
That is a test, like a test drive, if I ever heard of one. What have you got behind you? I'm just going to start that right away. You're out in the she shed, right?
That's in the she shed. It's a paludarium that I built a while back.
Who's in there?
Currently just a couple Cory catfish down in the paludarium area and some isopods and springtails. That's about it. I'm holding out for what I truly want. I want to get some Amazon milk frogs in there.
Oh, nice. I like those guys.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I can't get over how spectacular they look and how hard they are to see if you're not really looking. Like until you see one in the tank, you're like, where are they? Where are they? Then you see one and you're like, oh, there's 35 of them. Okay, they were all right there.
Yeah.
They got them at our zoo. I didn't know they existed. I think they are beautiful.
Dude, have you seen there's another frog called bird poop frog?
I have seen the bird poop frog. That one is pretty great. There's a couple species of them, I guess, looking like different poops. Yeah. So now we're talking frogs
all
primarily.
The poops.
Yeah, because you're selling frogs now, right? You expanded out.
Yeah. I expanded out to doing more bioactive stuff as well as doing some dart frogs and whatnot. So yeah,
live plants.
Yeah, some live plants. Yeah. I was kind of like looking at, the fact that I've been doing isopods and millipedes and springtails and stuff like that. Things to the critters, the what do you call that? The fauna part of it,
The microfauna, yeah.
Yeah, so I figured, it was kind of time to start adding a little flora and everything in between to kind of to pick up and seal the gaps, kind of.
I love it.
Why not do it from start to finish? The whole build, like I even started doing. I even started doing custom builds for people as well for their enclosures, and it's been pretty cool.
Awesome. Is that something you're doing locally?
Yeah, just locally for now. I plan to eventually, hopefully, expand to be doing like standard, like Exoterra size and standard like tank size backgrounds eventually. That'll be on like a piece of foam board that you basically, I ship it to you in a box and you put the adhesive on and stick it into the back of your tank and start adding, your substrates and awesome. All that stuff. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
That's awesome. And now, so you, we'll get into that in a minute. We'll get into the ins and outs in a minute. So back in the history of this show, And my
History.
isopod history goes back so far. A little over a year ago, I was trolling eBay because I had heard about isopods. I don't remember how. I was like, roly-polies are a thing. But when I was working at the bank, I didn't really have a lot to do all the time, so I'd be on the internet. So I hit eBay, and I found a bunch of different sellers, and you had clowns for sale. This is driving me crazy, sorry. And every part of me was like, don't buy live things from eBay. Don't do it. But I'd had that thought many times before, and I never had a bad issue. So I never had that horror story that people say, like, oh, not only did they not send me the bugs I wanted, it was a grenade, and it blew up in my face, and I lost half my face. Everybody's got one of those stories, right?
Oh,
Everybody.
yeah, for sure.
So, poor faceless bastards.
All I wanted was pods!
Right? So I get my pods, and I wind up emailing Cheyenne a bunch because, I loved the name Pod Solo is kind of what sold it. Pod Solo and your pricing. Your pricing was fantastic. So between that and just you were such a good guy to help me out with everything, like all the advice and how you keep them. And you don't really get that experience. What's up, Rick? You don't really get that experience from eBay too much, right? You don't get a lot of follow-up feedback. Even sellers you meet at a show, like the guy who sold me the newts has been really good, but sparse. Like the advice is few and far between. But I can blame you for really getting me into this. Like there's other people that, helped launch it off, the hobby, but
it's my fault.
It's all my fault. The origin story. Yeah, that was my radioactive bug bite. Which, speaking of bites, this is the part of the show I've been dreading since I came up with this idea weeks ago.
Is this a taste test?
We were going to do a taste test of Supreme Isopod Chow. Somebody on the channel, when I mentioned it, somebody on the channel said, oh, my isopods love that stuff. I think they're confused and don't know that I'm about to eat it. So this is the amount. I think it's a fair amount, yeah? It's a tiny little spoon. It's like a lick-a-maid. Oh, God. It's just going to be like putting flour. It's going to be like putting flour in my mouth. I'm not worried about the ingredients, but it's going to be like flour. Oh, God. And I don't know how to get it out of my mouth once it's in there. Like, because I have another taste test to do. There's only one way, bro. I have another taste test to do.
What's next? Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's got cherry in it. So I can't imagine Supreme Isopod Chow. And any reaction by me is not a reaction that your isopods might have. Okay. My isopods love this stuff. So I sure love my isopods.
They also eat poop, sir.
They do. That's next
week. They eat
We're
poop.
Poop next week. So,
nice.
I'm chasing those
Not
views,
on this
baby.
Show. Come on. We're eating poop now, folks. We're eating poop.
Gotta chase those views, bro. I need those clicks.
Yeah. Hitting them subscribes. Smash that subscribe button because we eating poop.
Bioactivity just joined us. Bioactivity, right. I'm about to eat this spoonful of Supreme Isopod Chow. No reflection on how quality it is. Ready? It's very dry. That's it. It's like, I don't know. Let me describe it. So, if you were to crush up a cracker, like an oyster cracker, there's something on the end. I don't know what that was.
Poop.
If you were to poop,
it's poop.
Oh shit! It's right here on the ingredients. Poop. Number 3
feces.
There's no poop listed here. It might be
gecko feces.
Yeah, it's like if you took a Ritz and crushed it up and let it get stale, and then tried to eat it.
We just gave away his ingredients. That's awesome.
I think so. It's just
we can all do Ritz crackers crushed up.
So it's more quality than that. All right, I gotta drink something. I'm hoping that high quality Pepsi will knock it out.
Hey, not a sponsor.
They're a long-time sponsor. If they would just send me money. If they would just send me money. I call them unsponsored.
Ideally.
We evolved. Add some water and make a donut No, that sounds like a lot of effort to have something awful. Like, I mean, it wasn't awful. It just is not for human palates. No sugar, no salt, no, it's just dry. There's really no flavor. It tastes kind of like weird bread. Flavorless bread. Yeah. But my isopods love it. Mike Astroy just got a big sample and they're out chowing. Salamanders, not so much. The newts are not a fan. I force them, though. They got to have their vitamins. So, eat it. So that's
what
happened.
you eating next, son?
Yeah, it started with isopods. Now I've got up to tarantulas. I have a tarantula in my house now.
What?
Yeah. I got to move this camera because I can't see what people are saying. And that's making me crazy.
I can't see nothing because when I hit the chat thing on my phone here, since I had to switch over the phone, it just takes up my whole screen. So I can't even see what's going on.
Yeah, I had to do an emergency episode from my phone, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Dumbass, I could have said not for human consumption 5 minutes ago. Wally, that never stopped me before. And yes, I'm 100% dumbass, let me tell you. Crested Gecko Diet, I want to try that on the show. I think
dude, that's like the good shit, dude.
Yeah.
Or good blank.
We'll say shit. It's fine. We're going to go hog wild today.
I'm pretty sure I've eaten every flavor of crested gecko food that my geckos have eaten.
On purpose, or are you just that clumsy?
Both. We'll say both.
Fair.
I tend to hand feed occasionally, and they sometimes sling it directly in my mouth.
Okay.
Because of course when you hand feed, you're like holding them, and you're like, you do that with them, like here comes the airplane.
Very encouraging.
So of course, half the time my mouth open.
So what's the best one? What's the best one? Because
I would say, let me grab it. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I'll show it to you.
I just see you sampling. You're a Pashy guy?
Yeah, I'm a Rapashi guy.
Ah, jeez.
Banana cream pie.
Banana cream pie.
There we go.
Sounds good.
Oh, it's delicious. Banana cream pie is like literally my favorite dessert. So, tiramisu, but I don't see him making tiramisu anytime soon.
I mean,
Rapashi, tiramisu. I'm gonna need that.
If any animal's gonna eat it, it's gonna be the crested gecko. Like they have that sweet tooth.
Or me.
Or you. Yeah, I just see you feeding your baby when your daughter was a baby. Like just being able to taste every flavor of that, like pure baby food. What Daddy's doing? You gotta milk it out of your beard a little bit. Meanwhile,
wicked old man laugh. Oh, my wife
ring it out
hates me
into
for
a
my
bowl.
old man laugh. Oh yeah.
Your beard just keeps getting more epic. So yeah, shout out to our fans. I still have the best viewers, I think, of the internet. Shout out to Rick from Ophies, my partner in crime. He has been my best low-key partner on the show. Like I would say low-key. I consider him a partner because he's always there to have my back. But he is actively seeing how it worked out for me the last 2 times I had partners. God bless them. Hope they're doing well. It didn't work out for whatever reason, so I was gun shy. I'm gun shy to bring someone else on, right? And a little selfish of my my audience. So, but Rick has always been there to help out. Wally has been there to support the show, give me advice. Wally's been a great mentor with everything. Isopods, YouTube, being a good person. Wally's probably kept me out of jail. I don't know. I don't know 100%, but probably. The odds are good. He's a good dad. Wally knows more about Snoop Dogg than you would imagine. Wally's a Snoop fan.
Really?
Yeah, Snoop and Dre. He's
Nice.
a big fan. We were going on about the halftime show of the Super Bowl, and Wally was like, "It was like the best one ever." And I had to do a double take, like, "Wait, you have gray hair. Like you're not supposed to like this stuff." So Wally's not your average old Wisconsinite. He is not.
Nice.
Yeah, he is. He's got a lot of surprises under his sleeves. But anyway, there's so many people I can mention. Rachel was there. Like I said, she was our first guest. She was one of the first people I bought pods from. I don't remember what I bought from her. No, I bought those ornate harvestmen and some millipedes, all dead now because of me, not because of her. Yeah, I thought they would be fine, but they were not. I don't think I'm meant to keep millipedes. I just something I'm not doing that's essential for them that I don't know what the deal is.
They're tougher than isopods, I feel like.
I definitely feel like that's true.
Yeah, I feel like they need more consumption, like daily food, to be
like fresh
to be successful. Yeah, I feel like, because it seems like whenever I kind of like feel like it's a set it and forget it situation with some millies, I'm like, oh no, that didn't go very good.
It didn't go good for me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are not forgiving from me, and I'm sad because ivory millipedes are probably one of my favorite bugs, and I want to keep them again. But I don't want them all to die, obviously. So I have to figure something out.
That was the species that I've had the most trouble with. I had a bunch of adults. They did the dang thing, and we had tiny little babies everywhere in there.
Oh,
and
wow.
All the babies just like poof, gone. And then all the adults just one by one. And I was like, what is going on here? So I started like upping their food. And now the last few that I still have seems like they're doing kind of a turnaround. But, it took giving them some extra food, basically, on, in my experience.
Right.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Peds love crested gecko diet. Sorry, I'm trying to read comments and I don't have.
Really?
If I wear my glasses, I can't see anything. But apparently, I mean, that makes sense. They eat the fruits, right? That would be easy too. I started out of kind of laziness because I have a refrigerator down here. Is mixing my what's the other one? Pangea with actual baby food, like the pure baby food from my breasting. Yeah. It's a little more labor intense because you have to like get it out of there. It goes bad faster.
Right.
But I think I don't know. I like it. I think the Pangea has all the vitamins and crap that they need. And then the baby food is just like the pure mushed fruit. It's like if it's mangoes, right?
Right.
Peds really need decaying wood and a good substrate. I think that's totally true, Wally. I think it's totally true. The substrate make or break, like Kevin said. Kevin Nasser, when we had him on, he makes his own flake soil by the 100 gallons or something. So they have the specific requirements of what they eat. So anyway, back to the topic. Our topic tonight, we're going to talk to you about running your own business primarily online. Now, I did hear you're going to do a show for the first time. We'll get to that, and I think there's definitely some resources we could tap for that. So you started on eBay. I kind of came around as your customer as you were leaving eBay. Like you were going to your own website or you had just started it. I don't remember exactly where we were, but because you started referring me there instead of eBay.
Right. So actually, like my very first thing was Craigslist, and so that was only local. So obviously, the first thing I started doing that was McShipperson was doing the eBay, and then I started doing pretty well on there enough that I felt like it was a good idea to jump ship and start doing the website. And I still do. I tinker around with eBay and Etsy a little bit still, but my website's definitely my sole deal.
That's cool. What are you doing on eBay? Like bigger deals, like
just like when I have overabundance of things, sometimes I'll put a little bit better deal on there occasionally. And then
I feel like
Etsy
that's a good
is
exposure
just
too. Yeah.
It gives me an opportunity to, when I send a package to somebody, I drop in my card that has my website information and whatnot on it as well, so they can see a different outlet to get more, basically. So
Smart. Yeah, because I've got your card around here somewhere. I have a box I moved. This place has gone over so many changes lately. With all my
I feel
swag.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a sticker on my snail tank too from you. You sent a decal thing. That thing's covered in stickers.
Nice.
And magnets and whatever else I could get. Like, I got so much swag from people that just sent me little doodads. If you send me a business card, I call it swag. I'm so like, I like to fluff things up, make them bigger than they are.
Yeah.
Oh, Cheyenne
they sent it to me in a box.
Yeah. We must be.
There was
really
all this
close.
foam stuff in there. Sweet.
I saved those packing peanuts too. I'm like, these are from Cheyenne. These are from Rachel. These are from Wally. I think Wally still have some powder blues. That was one of the only like shipping accidents I had. He sent powder blues. I think it was like 50, and the little deli cup. I don't know what happened in transit, but it cracked. So I opened the box, and they just came out at me like there were just powder blues everywhere, and I was like, oh my god. So I don't know what happened, but because he tapes everything so well, you definitely need an X-Acto knife. But there's always some kind of story for shipping, right?
Oh, for sure.
Some kind of snafus.
I've never had anything actually be cracked open when I open it up, but I had one time. I got some millipedes from somebody that they sent to me, and like, I'm trying to remember what size box, but it was a real small USPS box.
Okay.
And they hot glue gunned all the little like portion cups with a single millipede in each portion cup. So I had to like tear apart the entire thing to be able to like they glued it, like they hot glued them in, and then like it's one of those like fold together, pop together boxes.
Okay.
That are free from USPS. So they like glued them in and put like the millipedes in with the lid and then folded it up to where there was no way I could get them out unless I like totally destroyed this box and cut it all in pieces. It was insane. I'm like,
I mean, at least nobody else got
you could have just put some newspaper in there or something to hold them tight, whatever, It was pretty crazy.
Wally's implying his free range powder blues was not an accident. he's
nice.
Saying, "Oh, here we go. I think I can share it with you." Best comment yet.
Oh, there we go.
With a winky face. That's ironic, right? He's saying that it was
nice.
It was not an accident. Nice, Wally.
So
nice.
Can you share all the chat stuff like that, or just one at a time?
I can share them one at a time. So I kind of pick and choose. So
I think you should share each one of them so I can see it.
Okay.
We're going to keep you busy.
We're
going to keep you busy. Yeah, let's start back. Hey, Isobuddies.
This is before we even went on. This is while we were in the waiting room, waiting for your damn iPod to work. iPad? Who has an iPod? I feel like I just mentioned a dinosaur.
Right.
So,
a cassette tape.
Oh, Wally had school shut down.
Oh, no, it's cool. You don't have to do all this. I can't read that fast anyway.
Well, you got those big ass glasses. You should be able to read it from your house. Come on.
Right.
Come on, man. I'm going to leave that Wally thing up there. That was good.
Okay.
So the transition to your own website, was that pretty jarring? Because you made the choice to do this full time. Like, this is your full-time gig now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. So does your wife work too, or no?
Yeah, she works as well. So yeah, okay. This is my full-time gig, and let's see, sometimes I do like Grubhub and stuff like that, just to kind of get a little extra coin while my kiddo's at school and whatnot, because now she's at real school. So last year it was all online school for her, so that was kind of another reason why I jumped ship from my original employer in order to do this. Was kind of like, the stars aligned. I needed to be home with my kid to be able to do COVID school, and I was making enough money with Pod Solo enough to make that happen. So
that's awesome. During that whole
yeah.
So 503 had a question. If your thing with the snake discovery build off, did that help? Did that bump your business at all?
It bumped business for about 4 days.
That's an eternity on the internet. That is
right.
Some big people now.
I was cool for 4 days.
You know some big people, and I'm excited for that. Like, that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
She's no joke. I saw her at NARBC with this. There was a line. There had to be 250 people waiting to get a picture with her. They were in her and her partner. I don't know if that's her husband or what they're doing. I don't really watch her show that much.
Ed.
They were in like those onesie unicorn suits, like the zip up one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So they were fun, but like I was like, do I go there? They had piles of stuff that people brought them. It was so cool. I'm like, I gotta get some bigger fans. I gotta get a bigger pile of fans. Get swamped when I go somewhere.
Same here, bro.
Never happened.
Right? Yeah, we'll see how this first expo goes for me. See how famous I am.
Dude, bring your guitar.
I lost
Start
you.
playing some stuff there, you know.
Right?
Set up some. You lost me, or I lost you?
They know me as my.
Here we go.
Oh, I lost you for a second. We're good.
Okay. So they know you as who?
They'll know me through my band better than they will from my actual YouTube channel.
Right. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Didn't know you did this.
Sign my belly. That would be kind of cool. Yeah. So what do you play? You were in a band. So what do you play?
The vocals.
Nice. All right. So you can't really bring a guitar and just yell at it or sing at it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go a cappella.
Scare the hell out of kids.
Yeah.
Are you doing the show in Hillsboro? Heather wanted to know if you're doing one in Hillsboro. Yeah.
Yep.
Are you headed up there now, Heather? You're gonna go see him? YouTube
you
celebrities.
better. Yay!
He knows Snake Discovery. Did you get to meet any of the other guys involved in that build-off? Like Clint was there, right?
So I spoke to a couple of different people, like just via email and stuff. You know, it's kind of like a thanking me for, supporting the situation and whatnot. But Elle from Elle's Reptiles, I've actually been talking back and forth with her quite a bit over the since last summer. So she's pretty cool. I actually did a sponsored thing, a little build thing that she was doing in a video a couple months back. But I sponsored that. And
was that the reusing thing that they did, or was that just you?
No, that was just me.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just me. I was trying to get people involved, but I turned out to be the only one doing it. Hey!
I didn't have anything to build for at the time. I saw that it was there. I should have
Lies.
done it anyway. I should have done
Lies.
it anyway.
You have so many containers. I know it.
You know it.
You know it. I know it.
That's just on my desk.
Yeah. Gotta renew and reuse, bro. So many things.
You did inspire my 10-gallon build because I had everything here.
Aww.
I found my 2 boxes of aquarium gear that I had in storage for years. Everything still works. So I have enough stuff to do like 2 75-gallon tanks. But I did a 10. I did a 10 because it fits right here on my table.
Nice.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a grow up for my newts, but all of their eggs are kind of molding, so that's not good.
That's no good.
No. So maybe there's something I'm probably doing wrong. I'll find out. But we're gonna get the water changed.
There's definitely a science to amphibian eggs. My dart frogs, it's like hit or miss on whether or not they do well. So I'm still learning that as well.
Yeah, I think part of it is the male is really dumb. Like, I don't think he's good. He tries to mate all the time, but they don't really. I've never seen them like copulate.
Lock up.
Yeah, or any of that. Like they kind of like squeeze them out of him like beta fish. They kind of wrap around him and squeeze the female. So Wally thinks Elf seems cool. I think that's true as well. There's just so many cool people in these hobbies. There's some real turds, but there's some really good people.
Yeah, Elle is super awesome. We go back and forth and talk about stuff all the time. She's pretty rad.
That's awesome. I like when you make a connection that it really, like, you hit it off and you're bouncing ideas, you're bouncing stuff off each other, or you're just getting solid information. So it's just really good. It's just this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we're planning to do some sort of a collab at some point. We'll see how that goes. And I'm supposed to be hanging out with Russ here pretty soon and doing some collab on that as well on
Really?
Aquariumax. Yeah, I just got to get
Nice.
the time to sit down and do some video action for making that happen. So
Nice.
we'll
He's such a great guy. I can't imagine like being on his show's got to be so soothing.
oh for sure.
He's just so relaxing. Like just listening to him. I can't do this. I can't see that reflection coming back at me the whole time. It was driving me crazy.
Hold on just one sec. My phone was not up to par on power. So I'm going to see if I can get to hear you without the headphones enough to charge it while we're talking.
You have the same phone as
We'll
me,
see.
Well,
we'll see.
I hope so. Probably not. In the meantime.
All right, here we go.
Yes. Taste test.
Yeah, do your next taste test.
Where are my fingers? I don't know where my hands are. All right. This is Black Forest Cake M&Ms. Can you hear me talking about Black Forest Cake?
Barely.
They just smell like chocolate.
Barely.
That's not good.
Man, I wish this was no bueno. We're going to roll until the wheels fall off, sir. We're going to roll till the wheels fall off.
So I'm worried about this M&M because I hate cherries.
So I got 20% battery on my phone. We're going to roll it till the wheels fall off. Yeah, we're going to roll it till the wheels fall off, son. Let's do this.
Pop out.
Let's talk faster.
Just dip out. Yeah, so challenges. What are the challenges of having your business completely that's your thing?
Challenges. Weather. The weather is probably the biggest challenges. Season, which also takes back to weather. All the weather is really tough. I'd say spring and fall obviously are the easiest times to ship, and those are the times when everybody's trying to get in their purchases, you know. And summertime is not too bad, because you can definitely kind of, you know, do hold it post if it's a super hot place. But wintertime, pretty much across the whole U.S. is kind of a pain in the wintertime. And not only that, but that's the time when everybody wants to take a break from, you know, shipping anything live. So I get a holiday break, whether I like it or not, every year. You know,
well, holiday break is like a couple months long. That sucks.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna have to save every penny or figure out, because it's your first year, really. As
last year was my first year. This is my first full year from January to December, because I started partway into the year last year, 2020.
21.
Wait, 2020. We're in 22, so
yeah, it's all
I'm going into my 2 3/4 year. I don't know, math and stuff.
Math. I can't figure out if these M&Ms are good. I can't figure out if they're good. I'm
Just
not a fan
eating.
of cherry. I know I am. I'm not a fan of cherry, but like it's like dumbed down. It's not full on cherry. It's like at the end.
Nice.
That kind of makes it worse, because then that's the aftertaste you're getting. Like that's what.
Yeah.
All these flavors on stuff. Did you totally, before we lose you, did you say you have a new morph of some kind of armadillidium?
I do.
Today?
I do. Let me see if I can make it actually happen for showing you. We've tried that in the past with my Officinal Stegosaurus. It's kind of a hard. Yeah. So let me go grab them and see what I can do here.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can pull up that picture.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I see Michael Bubbles showed up. Exciting. Welcome aboard. See, it's been a wild year. I've made a lot of friends, a lot of contacts, a lot of new viewers, which is amazing to me. welcome aboard, everybody that's kind of new. You want to go back and watch me eat the Supreme Gecko Isopod chow because it was I think I made some pretty good faces. So we'll see, but I think I made some pretty good faces. Let me see if I can find this picture.
See if we can get these in the right ears. Hey!
Is that better?
All right.
Now that they're in the right ear?
Potentially.
Potentially.
That's been my problem my whole life. I've been having earphones in the wrong ears my whole life. That sums it up. Yeah, I mean. All right. So, were you able to pull up the picture?
I'm trying.
Give it the program.
Sorting bins. I know, right? I should have this ready to go.
I'd pull up my phone and show it, but well, we're on it.
Am I bugging you? Where is it? Oh, that's not you. I can't find it because I'm looking under somebody else.
Why are you looking under other people, bro?
Well, because I was talking to Angela today all day. Here we go. I can pull them up on my phone, but I can't get them on my computer for some reason. Let's see if this works. So
I'm trying to find a really good big one so we can actually see what's going on with them.
There we go. This is a great picture.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
It even shows up right here. Look at these guys. What are you calling these guys now? Whiteouts? No, not whiteouts. Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, because I'm a Marvel nerd.
I think everyone is now. Oh, there's one of your builds.
Yeah, it's one of my builds. Yay!
That's one of the terrarium builds.
Yep.
What went in there? Do you know?
Leopard gecko.
That's a big ass tank for a leopard gecko. Nice.
Yeah, I made 2 of them.
He's gonna think he's back not in the jungle. He's gonna think he's back in the jungle. Yeah. I'm not smart at all.
He'll be back in the Asiatic desert. Sure, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that's where they're. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, desert. So back to the isopods. Winter Soldier. So basically, that was a anomaly that came up in my St. Lucius armadillidium, where it's like white. It's like white with like black tiger stripes down the sides.
Okay.
And I got enough of them happening in there that I pulled them off to the side and said, let's see what happens. And I think I'm on my 4th generation now, and they seem to be pulling it off and getting those. It's like when they first start out, they're pretty much just a pale white, but as they get older, they start gaining those black tiger stripes against the kind of opaque white body.
That's the thing I feel that's so unfair about line breeding these guys is you don't know what you get till they're probably already pregnant. Like, they're already breeding before you find out what you're going to look like, what you're going to get.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's like my Officinalis stegosaurus ones, like they take forever to grow to adult size to see what's going on with them, it seems like. And I've had a couple batches of babies with them.
Okay.
And now the adults are starting to kick off, and I'm like, "Hey, so what are these babies doing?" Because none of the babies are big enough to even tell if they're going to start having that anomaly happening with them or not.
I feel like that's one of the morphs. Any of the morphs in the Officinalis, I justify the cost because they are so slow to grow, so slow to breed. They're one of the first species I ever got, I think from Wally, and I still have never really done anything with their bin. Like I've topped it off with a little dirt, but
they have good sized broods when they have babies. But it's like I say, I've had these Stegosaurus ones, the weird anomalies that I had in my culture, set off to the side for. I mean, we've been talking about it for what, probably a year now.
Right around a year, yeah. Because the last time you were on, you showed them.
Yeah,
so it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and like I say, I've had a few batches of babies, so I have a few like at different sizes growing up, but they're all still so small to tell if. I mean, some of them seem to have the odd coloration like the adults do.
Okay.
that will see if they actually inherited the little spikes or not.
Yeah, fingers crossed. That's so cool. They have those bumps.
Yeah,
Gotta give
yeah.
them more radioactive material to eat.
Yeah. More isopod chow.
Oh no, that's not radioactive. It's so good. It brings out what's good in you.
Okay,
I feel like a better person
okay.
now.
Okay, now eat that with the M&Ms.
Oh God,
Like a little bit of both. Come on, come on, come on! My battery's running out. Quick,
you bastard!
come on!
I suck at peer pressure. Why don't you answer Michael Bubble's question there while we're at it?
What are you calling this? More, Cheyenne? I guess that's a morph.
Yeah,
morph.
Yeah. Sorry.
It is the Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. He was talking about something.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna lick it. Well, it's already got some of that on
it. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Get it.
It's got it on there. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that like
dirt?
It's gonna be awful. I hate you.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
We're educated on this show. Dude, I don't know eat weird stuff.
I was never that kid either. I'll eat that for a quarter.
I was.
I'll drink.
I made a lot of money in middle school off of that.
I mean, you were always an entrepreneur, right?
Oh yeah, wretched. Yeah. I've actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wretched.
Yeah. Is it pretty good?
No. I don't like cherry, and I don't like stale Ritz crackers. So, like, it's two awful tastes that taste like shit together. So,
yes, that's my fault.
Yeah. We're not going to be having you back on for a while.
Hey, man, come on.
Clear my basement out of anything that tastes bad. Oh, I got some newt eggs. Let me get some of these newt eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, you're welcome, Bubbles. I hope that I'm chasing those views, man. Chasing those views. My friends, my real life friends, really want me to eat isopods online on the show, and I'm like, I can't, dude. I can't do it. They're too cool. Like, I don't know. They're bugs. I don't really care about them that much, but I feel like I'd lose so many viewers immediately. And like somebody let PETA know. PETA come after me. Not even to be funny. Can't do it. Just taste tested the Springtail food. We're getting other people to eat stuff.
Eat it.
Wait, Jedi, you just tasted it? You just tasted it now. Well, he's a shill for Big Cracker. He said he just tasted the Springtail food. Not great. Yeah, it's not great. I've got fish food here, newt food. Yes, just now. I'm so proud of myself. We are trendsetters. If I'm going to be known for one thing, it's going to be for getting the youth to eat food weird for their bugs. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm hoping you mean like prepackaged Springtail food and not mold from yeast. Scraping it off the piece of charcoal.
I just ate what my Springtails eat.
This show went south so fast.
Yeah, super fast.
I love it though. That's what we're here for. We're the lowbrow. All these other shows try to educate you and show you like the cool part of the hobby. Man, that has its place, I guess.
We're eating animal food.
Yeah. We're no Sherpa Designs up in here. We're no Russ. We're no Wally. Wally's almost where we are. He wore a mullet wig. The one episode, and that's still my favorite. That character he had with the mullet was the best thing ever. Best.
I lost you for a second there. You're back. Okay, you're back.
Okay. I don't know if that's
you're back.
Sorry, I didn't mean to abandon you.
It's probably a she shed.
So financially, it's rough running your own business. It's that risk because it is a kind of
it's not a what's the word I'm looking for, a flow. I mean, I mean, anybody that's selling isopods for a living or even on the side, you know that it's got tremendous ups and downs. I mean, one week you're, having caviar and lobster, and the next week you're sucking the nutrients out of the lobster tail in the garbage can. You know what I mean? Like,
you're eating isopod chow.
Yeah, you're eating isopod chow and M&Ms. So
it's good enough for them. It's got calcium. Got some
right? Yeah. It's high in keratin. No, I don't know. But
Wally is the bridge between ridiculous and serious. He is. He walks that line.
I don't. I fall directly off into ridiculous all the time.
Probably get along so well.
Yeah.
I think that's what probably stops me from doing anything that I need to jump off and do something that I want to do. That's a passion.
Yeah.
I applaud you for that. I know how hard it is, and I know.
Oh yeah.
Especially like that first year is always so hard for a new business.
Oh, for sure.
And then you, it really is hard if you make poor choices. And from what I gather, you've made a poor choice here in the recent past where you, like you just said, winter is really slow. And then that was when you chose to expand into dart frogs and live plants. And you're kind of like sitting on all the stock now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hard because that's a big investment.
Buy dart frogs.
I don't know if you saw. I put one in the thumbnail. I put one in the thumbnail
right.
for you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, "What's going to represent Cheyenne here?" I'm going to use a dart frog.
There you go. There you go.
Because there's the isopod, there's the Isobuddy, there's a millipede drinking tea. Because I just picture Rachel drinking tea, and then there's a kind of a Michigan J Frog style.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of, but he's blue. He's the blue one with the black spots. I don't know what that is.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and look.
The black freckles. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Isn't doing this video series what you want to do? It is what I want to do. This is what I loved. I've never done something on a consistent basis for this long in my life. Not ever. Not, and been like, oh shit, I got to be downstairs. It's time for the show. Oh shit, I got to get this crazy polyester sheet thing for the show, like this backdrop that when I get the art back, Josh Ferris, I don't know if he's a part of Isobuddies or not, but he's a friend of mine who does this stuff professionally. He does like design, graphic design. So he's taking my drawing and turning it into a legit graphic thing.
We're at 10% battery, sir.
Okay, I'm working on it.
Muy rápido! Hey,
Muy rápido!
Didn't you have a song that you were going to sing to me?
I can't get it to cue up the music. I can't get the music to cue up, but I want to. I
wanted you to. I really wanted you to.
I know. It might be a separate video.
Okay.
Me in the chair, I have to totally like move around to get the puppet thing going. So
get in the zone.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about it. I totally forgot about it. Hold on. You talked about puppets.
I did. I love puppets. I love puppets. I have a $500, $600 puppet that I need to do something with.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
He was custom made by a guy I know who makes puppets professionally. I have one of those, and I have one I'm giving away.
Oh.
Bro. What else you got, bro? So I designed this. My cousin sewed it, and then I made the eyes.
Nice.
The eyes are not perfect, but it's the first thing we've ever done. This is Edbert. There's also an ant that I had made, and the cardinal. Yeah, Clutch the cardinal. So he's going to be making a debut at some point, but he's pretty raunchy.
Risque.
Yeah, his character is way worse than this. So those Isopod puppets are from Folk Manus. You can find them on eBay as well, or possibly at a show. They are adorable. Those little beady eyes they have on them.
Oh yeah.
Do you sell anything like that on your thing? Do you market anything like that on your site?
At one point I was selling the little roll up little toys for a little while, but
The Bandai ones, yeah.
I was doing this for a little bit, but my supply dried up. I think it was somebody, because I was getting them directly from China, and they I think it was somebody maybe pocketing money or something from the company. I don't know, but I was getting him like wicked cheap, and then all of a sudden he's like, I can't do those prices anymore. I can do this price, and it was like 3 times what I was paying previously. So I'm like, nah,
I can
that's
do the
pretty
actual
close.
price.
It's like that's pretty close to retail, so I think I'm not going to do that no more. So
That's when that sucks. Like doing those
yeah,
deals. So you would say one of the bigger things about doing an online or even doing isopods, I think, is one of the things I've complained about forever is that everyone who owns isopods eventually wants to sell isopods because you can't.
absolutely.
If you're keeping them well, you're going to get enough to sell. Like,
Right, absolutely. So, and that was definitely something that I was wanting to talk about a little bit on here is yeah, it's crazy. Like it's swept the nation, the whole the isopod movement, brother. But but like when I first started selling, like I think I was probably one of the first people in Oregon, probably, that was like taking it to the next level. I know there was, other people keeping them and whatnot, but it was kind of taking it to the next level and selling, and shipping all over and getting permits and all that stuff in order to, be legit and flash forward, almost 2 years later and everybody doing it. Everybody in the club and they selling them pods. So I definitely, it's, from start when I first started in 2020, yeah, and I kind of chalk it up to a little bit of the COVID lockdown as people were bored and buying odd stuff online for sure.
yeah.
But sales were like 5-6 times what I get now. Back then, it was insane. But I chalk it up to the fact that there was, only a handful of people that were breeders and selling, across the U.S. So, at that time it was, a very profitable business. These days, not so much. Hence the
That's hard.
dad doing Grubhub while the kids at school these days. So
I'm doing that part time too. So with a full time
yeah,
job, so I get it. Like it's nice for extra money.
right.
It's such an easy thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Heather says she got moss for her bins from you, and they love it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think so too. Vico Bubbles says that the business will definitely come back. Now, when you started out, like you said, you were one of the first people to take it to that next level in your area.
Oh, for sure.
Out Oregon way. Where did you get your stuff from, your original stock? Because when I started, like, clowns were kind of hard to come by. Clowns were still like kind of a big deal.
Right. So
not really. They were like mid-range kind of.
Yeah. So for me, like the very first few things I got from expos, which is funny, strangely enough. The first 2 cultures that I got was from an expo, and they were supposed to be this, but they were something else. Both cultures. So here I start raising them up, and I'm selling them to people on Craigslist when I first started out doing on that. As it being this, and then later educate myself enough to know that those are totally not that at all. I just sold everybody powdered orange that were actually gigantic orange lavis that are little
yeah, that could be a problem.
Protein hungry little suckers, so
yeah, they're devastators.
Yeah. So that was definitely crazy. But yeah, after I started really getting kind of educated into the scene of things, I did a lot of eBay buying, a lot of, getting in the groups on Facebook and meeting people and people pop in, I got extra these, and just, you start accumulating things. Now I'm at like over 120 different species and morphs. Wow. I don't even know how many, to be honest. I have so many and projects going for different, trying to make my own morphs and whatnot. So,
yeah, you've got 2 solid leads right there. Like you've already got 2 that more or less debuted on this show, I have to say.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I keep calling you at the right time. Hey
Yeah.
man, I need something new. I need something hot. What's the hot new
Yeah.
isopod?
What's the hot new?
What's the hot new isopod? The hotness. Get the finger on the pulse.
I got what you need, son.
I'm digging the names you're coming up with too. They're really cool. I was sad to see someone is selling red pandas on some of the auction sites, and I thought I was gonna like have the next hot thing, and somebody already has like thousands of them apparently. So it's like,
oh yeah, yeah. I just seen that the other day. I seen like prices going up in the like 700s.
For what? For the red pandas?
For like a 10-pack of red pandas for like 7 something on an auction.
Well, that price won't be around by the time I get my line. Like my line is in the very new stages. Like they're kicking them off. I have like a dozen that are separated, but they're not big enough.
Oh, nice.
They're not babies yet. Yeah, red pandas, instead of where they're black, they're orange. They're like this pretty bright orange. It's almost like a Lavis orange. Yeah. Like that. Brownish orange. It's just so cool to call them red pandas instead. Like it's totally an easy leap. But they look really cool. I was pretty shocked when I saw it. I almost dropped the bin actually. I was like,
yeah, they're pretty neat.
Oh my god, what is this? And it was tiny. So
I seen them the other day. I seen them the other day in that auction, and I'm like, oh, those are rad. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what are those going for? And it was like starting bid like 125 or 150 or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. Let's scroll down to the bottom. It's like 7 something. I'm like, oh, that's
unbelievable.
That's far out of my investment money.
Pedigree trillettes. What? I don't know what that means. I don't even know what a trillette is. Guess I'm using these weird words you found on your calendar. Your like word a day calendar, Morris. What are you doing to me? A trillette sounds like something you deep fried, and it's like a donut made out of isopod chow. Just very frilly. Now I want to know what a donut would do. Like if it works like a dough.
I lost you again.
I mean, that happens.
Where are you, sir?
I have internet, so I don't know. It might be she shed.
Hello?
Are you back? We can hear you.
I can hear you, kind of. Oh, up.
Are we back? Yes?
Yes, I got you.
All right. Yes. All right. Very exciting. Are you keeping Ligia? Okay. Ligia?
Oh, yeah. Those are the big crazy ones that I got in the cave down at the coast.
I was going to ask you about those, but you haven't mentioned them again, so I was worried that they all just died.
I still have quite a few left, but a lot of the adults have already kicked off. I still don't see any reproduction out of them yet, but I have at least half of them still kicking around. But all the larger adults have kicked off at this point.
Huh.
So hopefully the next generation that's in there that were younger, hopefully they'll be more adapted to living in captivity and maybe give me some babies. So we'll see. It was worth a gamble and a shot of almost getting stuck in the cave at high tide.
Right? I can't believe that. You're a maniac. Like, this water's getting noticeably deeper. Oh, snap.
How am I keeping them?
Not a flotation device.
No, not at all. Okay, so how am I keeping them? So I am keeping them in I found 2 tubs, a pretty decently tall tub and a shorter tub that both have basically the same footprint. So I fit the smaller one into the larger one, and I have salt water from Saltwater Mix. I have a reef aquarium, so I have that all mixed, and I have a couple inches of that in the bottom bin, and then I ran a pump up to the upper bin, and I have it on a timer. So when the timer kicks on, it kicks on and pulls a pump, pumps the salt water up, kind of like high tide, and kind of salt waters their upper enclosure where they're at, and it's seems to be working out so far. I haven't quite found still foolproof food that they like. For a while, they were jamming on some of my marine fish flake. They were liking that for quite a while, and then they just like quit eating it. So I'm kind of in the process of trying to find something else, trying different things that, but you know, algae and things like that, and slimes, you know, different bacterial colonies and stuff like that are obviously growing on like some of the cork bark and whatnot that's in the enclosure with the water coming in and out. So that's the only thing I can think that they're really eating on, you know, is the naturally occurring stuff that I guess would happen on a cave wall, you know, from the coastal mist and whatnot that's coming into that cave. There's not really much.
Does it get like fully drained at any point, like where it's just?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much like up inside the cave. I don't think it actually sees like full on water all the way inside. Just, you know, it comes up into it a little bit and would legit trap me in there for a few hours, you know, until the tide started going down. But
you find out what they eat.
Yeah, and it was super sweet because I had absolutely no cell service in there. So my wife and kid were up, you know, waiting in the car for me. I'll be right back.
Run down there with a tub, flip flops.
Almost broke my ankles on the big bouldery rocks to get into it, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. But yeah, unreal. So basically they just in the caves, they're just like congregated all over the wall, like on the undersides of like where the kind of concaves of the cave. Yeah. And it's just like slime basically on the rock walls. It's super weird, and that's what they're eating in there. So trying to mimic that, I guess, is the hardest part of trying to keep them.
I wonder if they get like the, you know, like a dead thing floats in there at some point, like fish or shrimp or.
Oh yeah.
I mean, on that too, right?
Yeah, they're definitely a beach cleanup crew that come out, and like a few people that I know that have actually seen them, not in the cave. It was because they found a dead seal and rolled it over on the beach, and here was all these crazy isopods on the underside eating at it. So obviously they eat, you know, what washes up on the shore.
Yeah, throw them a shrimp, brother. Throw them those shrimp
Dude,
tails.
I've tried so much stuff. Like one time they'll eat it, and the next time they won't.
Weird.
It's like, oh, sweet. I found like I'll put in like a dried minnow or something like that. They'll eat it like in one day. Try it again, they won't touch it. Same thing. Like I say, the fish flake, they were eating that like, you know, every other day or so. I was putting a little pile of it in there, and they eat it down, and then all of a sudden they just like a switch went off and they quit eating it. So it's definitely been a science project for sure.
Heather wants you to go down to the cave every couple of weeks and risk your ankle in life to get some slime.
Yeah,
propagate that slime, man.
Yeah, it's all about the slime cultures.
Yeah, dry it out, turn it into flake. You'll be fine.
Yeah. And then I'll get you to sample it.
I'll eat it. As long as you're here to badger me, I will eat it.
Cave slime, and M&Ms.
Yeah, right. Oh, and isopod chow. We'll make like a martini. Pepsi in there. Make like a martini.
Do it up like a Bloody Mary.
Yes.
M&Ms, and yeah,
pour it into a little martini glass. Some M&Ms.
You get like, you know, your skewers with pickles and jalapenos and all that stuff hanging off the side. That's gross.
I like my slime martini like I like my jokes. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah. Thick
jokes.
I don't know where that came from.
Thick jokes.
Thick.
Oh God. Yeah, Wally doesn't have seals. You can feed them squirrels, Wally.
Yeah.
I love squirrels.
Similar.
I would never wish harm on a squirrel.
Is that legit? We have 111 people on here right now.
What? I see
100.
7.
I see 111. Oh, maybe that's 111 comments. Maybe, I don't know. It's
Maybe
different
that's
on my end, I
comments.
feel like.
I
Let's
have
see.
it at 7, I think.
Okay.
Live viewers is
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So it's
probably
probably
including us.
okay. Oh, it just went
God
away
damn.
now. So dang it.
I wish it was 111. Holy shit. You know how hard
That'd
I
be
would
rad.
poop? 111 live viewers? You almost gave me a heart attack. My eyes went over like, I need new glasses. Wait, what?
What?
That was like a 7 to me. What the hell? It's a 2 miracle.
It's crack-a-lacking on my side. I don't know what's going on your side.
So we got our
Yeah.
like spike. That was good. We got our 7 likes.
Yeah.
So who took a poop today? Who made a number 2 on 2-2-2-2-02-202-22-02?
I did
Tuesday.
2 this
You
morning.
did 2 poops?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'm regular, bro.
Nice. I'm not that regular. I've had to force one out today just for the thing of it. Like I had to. It's like, come on, you can do this. It's a holiday. That'll never come around again.
Are you a coffee drinker?
Not generally, but when I do, yeah, that'll help. That helps.
Okay. Yeah.
That gets things in motion.
I'm a morning coffee drinker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we talking about poop now?
We've been talking about poop. You started it, honestly.
Well,
in the beginning of the episode.
Not mine.
Well, I mean, poop is poop, brother. What the frass? Gotta eat more fiber.
May the frass be with you.
I mean, I poop every day. Not twice a day, usually. If it's twice a day, usually I have to worry about, like, what did I eat? Because this is unusual.
I think we're at like 3% battery now or less.
We're going to run until it goes. I should probably get back on topic.
The wheels fall off.
So things are warming up. You should be able to ship out frogs and stuff, no problem, anytime now.
Yeah, things are definitely picking up right now because it is starting to warm up in areas, and yeah, things are picking up for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is that a palindrome date?
It
is a palindrome date. 220. Somebody brought zebras. Yeah, I'm glad things are going to pick up because I think I want to do dart frogs, but I don't want to do much more work. And I think they would require more work than I'm willing to give right now.
I think, honestly, with dart frogs, they are fairly easy once you get something like this built, Like it's a little, it's labor intensive to get, your green thumb going and getting, basically how I explain it to people is build an awesome terrarium and grow awesome plants that you want to grow in it, and then put frogs in it.
I think that's a good idea. It's like a reef tank, kind of. Like you want to get it started with live rock and build and get the reef and then get the fish.
Get everything growing that you really like, and then put frogs in it. And then every day put in some flightless fruit flies, and pretty much got it made. I mean, that's
stock the crap out of it with springtails.
Yeah,
the bigger
yeah. Don't let them get too hot. Don't let them get too cold. I mean, really, room temperature. I mean, they don't require a lot, to be honest.
That part's nice. And any light that they might need, they're going to get that from the plants. Like the plants get the light they're going to need.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah.
Honestly, you just changed the way I look at them. I think now I'm looking at them like accessories for a planted tank.
Pretty much. It's getting an awesome terrarium going that's thriving with the microflora and fauna in there, and then you add in your frogs, and like I say, keeping a fruit fly culture around is kind of a pain sometimes because they don't always stay in their enclosure, and they don't always stay in the cup that they came in. So I go through, because I have over 40 frogs right now on hand at the moment. Wow. And more coming out of the water all the time. So, I'm going through over 1,000 flightless fruit flies a day. And that's like nothing in comparison to, some of the breeders out there that are, that's like one side of their, one wall in their frog room, but yeah, so I go through a lot of fruit flies. So there's fruit flies everywhere. It is
I
really
can
hard
imagine.
to, yeah,
That's a great reason to have a she shed, though, like to keep all that crap out there.
yeah.
Are they out there?
There's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's definitely since I'm also into the jumping spiders, there's for sure free roaming jumping spiders that I let roam around here and survive off of fruit flies.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
natural selection, I guess.
I have a fruit fly or a jumping spider that lives on my computer tower. Basically, he's there.
Nice.
Actually, I just looked. I don't see him now, but he's been there pretty much every day the last 3 months.
Nice.
So yeah, he's taken down. He's a little bitty guy. He's taken down
Nice.
fungus gnats and whatever else is around. So hopefully other spiders that I don't like as much.
Right.
Are you breeding? Are you selling jumping spiders too?
Yeah. I'm kind of between seasons of breeding on those guys right now. But yeah, I was breeding Onyx and Regius jumping
I gotta get
spiders.
back on your site, man.
And
I gotta get over there and see what the hell.
yeah,
They
I was
are
doing pretty successful with that.
they are so cool. I just love an insect or something that low on the evolutionary scale that you can see intelligence.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure. And relate
yeah,
with, you know.
yeah. You kind of like
I talk to them and they're like
yeah.
like
They
you
tip their
know
little head.
yeah.
Like, are you serious, bro? You really
What'd you
made that
say,
dude
bro?
eat that thing?
Something about crickets?
You're gonna open that fruit fly bin again? Yeah, you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
While I was waiting for you to come on, I just saw a video of one taking down a fly. Like he tried 3 times and missed, and then like somehow another fly landed, and he just ran up on it.
Oh, dude.
Basically,
So in my house, that's where I kind of got started with the whole jumping spiders. Is like in my house, we always let the local jumping spiders, if they'd make it in the house, we'd always in the summertime let them hang out in our windowsills.
yeah,
Flies get in the house, where do they go? They go to
yeah.
the window. So they would pick off the flies. Well, one day I'm sitting there watching this one. There's a fly, and he's like thinking about getting it, and then there's like a yellow jacket wasp
Okay, yeah.
also in the windowsill. He's all checking out the fly, and then he's seen the wasp up above him, and he's like, "Oh no, I want that fight, bro." So he,
Of course, you freeze now. Did I lose you as you're telling me that a yellow jacket? We may have lost him. We may have lost Cheyenne because I think his phone was at 3% like 5 minutes ago. So that might be it. We'll see. Cheyenne, if you can hear me still, try your iPad now. His iPad wouldn't connect to StreamYard, which is ridiculous. So anyway, that was dope. $100 on that. Wait, on what? I feel like we greatly overestimate what will prey on them. I have an isopod spider that I'm keeping now that I found in my basement. Sorry, guys. Bye, Wally. That I'm keeping in a bin. So we'll see how he's doing. He's doing pretty good. Yeah, his battery's super gone. Wally stayed up a long time for us. I feel good. So yeah, I have so many people to thank for this whole thing that I do. Sorry, guys. I turned that light off a little bit. So there you go. Merry Christmas. See you, Wally. Thanks for coming by, as always. Always a good supporter of the show. I love having people above my weight class as far as the show. I'm a lot bigger than Wally. So, woodlouse spider, yes. They're gross. They are like the grossest, creepiest spider ever. But I found one in my basement. He was good size, and I'm keeping him. So thanks, Morris. Thanks a lot. Morris is another person I want to thank. He's always supported the show, too. He's been here a lot. Puts out that good-ass dirt. We have so many great viewers, so many great supporters of the show through thick and thin. We've been through some stuff. You guys have all been there for it, so I appreciate it. We're going to do another good year. We've got some really good stuff coming up. So this Saturday at noon. I think noon or 12:30 my time. I'll put the link up soon. I'm interviewing Lars Meyer from Germany. So we're going international, not just Canada. Not that's that bullshit Canada. We're talking like for real Europe, bro. We are going to talk about. Oh, did Cheyenne come back? He's back, bro.
I'm back.
Did you get your iPad to work? Did you get your iPad to work?
Are you there?
I'm here.
No, I'm on my phone with it plugged in, but for some reason the volume's a little bit better this time around for you.
Oh my God. Can you you can hear me
hear
now?
me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, a little bit better.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to get some of these comments read and have some discussion while we were waiting. I was gonna see if you could like make it work. I love you have a heat lamp in your kitchen.
Oh,
That's the best.
I'm in the she shed.
Oh, you're still in the she shed. Okay.
It's
He's
crazy.
got a heat lamp in his kitchen. Business must be really bad. We're out of regular stuff. So you were saying, God, what was he saying about jumping spiders, you guys? Jumping spiders, taking down the yellow jacket. You were in the middle of the story. He was taking down a yellow jacket, and
okay. Oh yeah, he rode that to the window sill, and sorry, I'm trying to plug me in over here. Oh, okay,
yeah, for sure.
There we go. We're live action, ladies and gentlemen.
More like stop motion, but
okay,
it's fine. It's working fine.
I'm back. Okay, so so he rode the yellow jacket to the windowsill and took that sucker down, and he ate it, and it was like double the size of him.
That's
and
unbelievable.
He avoided all the stings and ate it.
They are apex predators for their weight class. They are above their weight class.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we've got to beef up our Wi-Fi here too, but out in the she shed, it doesn't really have a good signal. And money's tight. So we do what we can. We're glad to have these guys. Update on the newt eggs. All of my newt eggs are coming in moldy. So I don't think the male is being successful at fertilizing them is what I think. So he's pretty derpy. He's down to hump stuff, but I don't know that he's getting it where it's supposed to be. So maybe he'll figure it out. They're young. He's still pretty young. So they still usually don't breed at this size. But she's laying eggs everywhere and destroying my Java fern. So look at that. You're making sales right now, man. Your boy Vika Bubbles is going to buy some moss off of you. He sent you a message for some moss. Oh, are you out of moss? That was a bad moss face.
I'm not sure what moss.
Oh, do we lose you again? I don't know why they get moldy, but when they're not fertilized and not developing, they don't exude, like they kind of exude antimicrobial thing for them to kind of keep themselves clean. So, and if they're not fertilized, they're not active, they don't have that in them to do that. So they just get gross. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the eggs right now. Yeah, so she folds over. It's the craziest thing to see. She'll rub her little bottom up against the leaf and then fold it over with her derpy back legs. Are you at like 1% now?
Probably. I got the cord plugged in, but it's like fighting.
It's going up and down, up and down.
Yeah. We're trying to make this work for you folks.
Yeah, right? Jedi Monkey, I get it. Wait, Jedi, are you trying to get more viewers for me or for you?
No, both.
We're gonna have birds on.
Okay.
Next week. Or not next week. Soon we're gonna have birds on from Frank LaDuca. We had another scheduling issue. I don't give the eggs to isopods. I have ghost shrimp in with them now that they're eating the eggs. Thanks, Green Jedi. I have ghost shrimp in them, and so they're eating the eggs. And watching newts try to eat ghost shrimp is one of the funniest things I can recommend to you because they are so stupid. They're about as stupid as like when I had baby red-eared sliders that would chase after fish. This is how they eat. Get in here. They just swim at it with their mouth open and hope for the best. So,
like my tortoise eat a banana.
Yeah, just get it all over their neck and their face. Yeah, that's how my 4-year-old eats a banana. Nice. Well, thanks, Jedi. Jedi hasn't gone public yet. Okay. It does need to be a GIF. That does. The turtle eating the stuff. I just think it's so brave that you went out and did this to get the business on your own and make it your full-time thing. Like I know a lot of people that are retired or supplement it with something else, like a work from home.
Right.
Like I think Russ still works a full-time gig.
Yeah.
We're going to have Russ's brother on to talk about bees.
Bees?
Yeah. He's into like local bees, like wild bees, right? So
nice.
Which is my jam. Like I love that. I love honeybees. I think they're cool, but I'm not as big a fan as I am of local, like the wild bees.
Actually,
I don't. I don't want to acknowledge that he's Russ's brother. I don't want to acknowledge it.
I'm actually part of a thing for locating bumblebees.
Okay.
And across the U.S. or whatever, you kind of like when you see a bumblebee, you like tag where you saw it, try to somewhat figure out what species it is, because there are so many different types of bumblebee. Did you even know that?
There's a lot, and I didn't know because they look so much alike.
Yeah, I'm like looking. I'm like, oh, it kind of looks like that one. It looks like that one. It kind of looks like that one, but it's got more black. But it looks like more like that one.
Yeah,
it's like super hard to like. Yeah,
I don't know how they tell. I don't know how they tell without like they pretty much have to get a live sample or a preserved sample.
Right.
Specimen.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been pretty cool. I've pinpointed quite a few and a couple of different species in my area.
That's really cool.
So
I need to get involved in that too because I always am like bumblebees. Like I'd stop everything I'm doing wherever we are and go check out bumblebees. Like I'll try to get as close as possible, get great photos because they're so just cool. They're just cool bees. And they're workhorses as far as like if you want a wild bee that pollinates the crap out of your area, the bumblebee's the guy.
They're bigger so they can haul bigger loads.
Yeah.
They're always like, weighted down with the pollen.
Yeah.
And they're like, like, it's like, got a little too much there, buddy.
We had when I had my patio garden, we had a second story balcony on our apartment. We had a condo, and I turned it into a jungle. Like you couldn't see me if you were on the parking deck. You couldn't see me on my patio because there were vines and morning glories and everything. So we had foxglove. I don't know if you're familiar with that flower, but it's got these big bell flowers. Like they're massive. So, but they grow kind of all the way around this stalk, right? So we would get our bumblebees, and all of a sudden you'd be sitting having a conversation, and they'd be amplified out of that flower. It was so funny.
Yeah.
You got stung by a ton of yellow jackets. I fucking hate yellow jackets. I'm sorry.
I got stung on the face by a yellow jacket last summer. Man, the worst are ball-faced hornets. Oh man, I got into a nest of those one time. It, left welts on my back. I
would be screaming. I got one on my shirt that it was just, I don't know what kind of wasp, but it was just in my shirt, like stinging the crap out of me in my back. Like, because they don't care. They just keep shivving you over and over till I finally murdered it. Yeah. But I was like a hot mess. I was running around screaming, dancing, flailing around.
Oh, you'll dance and sing for them, but you won't for me.
I danced. My taste buds danced for you. Shut up.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We were watching that tonight. We were watching that movie tonight.
Oh, it's awesome. I love that you asked me if I had seen that. And I'm
Encanto.
like,
For those of you that don't know, we're talking about Encanto. So if you haven't seen Encanto, turn this stupid show off and go watch Encanto.
Yeah, me too. But
yeah, with 8-year-old, you've seen it.
Like, do I have an 8-year-old daughter? And you're like, yes. I'm like, yeah, I've seen it, bro. 7 times.
My 4-year-old is. We have all the toys. She's spoiled.
Nice.
Yep. Okay. Everybody's got a 6-year-old or a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old. Yeah, they know. They know.
It's the latest craze, man. Disney
best song. What's the best song in that movie? Let's take a poll.
Oh, for sure, Bruno, bro.
You think it's Bruno?
Oh, dude. Have you seen the church lately? It's like kicking some hiney.
Musically, I think that it's history making. Like no one's ever done the tempo that fast.
Yeah.
Of like a chorus type of thing.
Yeah.
Dos Aroguitas is the song. Yeah. So I can't get the music to cue up, but I have the lyrics written. So Dos Aroguitas is 2 cocoons. Okay. That's what it means in Spanish. Okay. For those of you who don't know. And then they sing about mariposas, which are butterflies. So, which is the yellow butterfly, which we all know. We've seen the movie. So I rewrote the whole song for 2 isopods. Yeah. That's a little sneak peek. So.
And it's a little risque.
We'll do it. It's a little risque. They are humping.
Okay.
They are humping in that song. And at the end, the final verse.
Rolling and pulling.
But I think someone will cry. I'll make a man out of you. Surface pressure. What? What are you talking about? A 14 and 15-year-old girl. Oh my God. Yeah, I can tell you're not a Spanish speaker, Heather. Next new morph, call it Bruno. Then never talk about it.
Oh, I have so many of those.
It's super expensive, but we don't talk about it. $750 for red pandas. I got to give mine some Viagra.
Right?
With their little vitamin, their little calcium pills that I give them.
Yeah. Give them those M&Ms.
I don't know, man. This cherry.
They need the M&Ms.
You know what? It is good with Pepsi. I like a cherry Pepsi. And if you're having the Pepsi with it afterwards, like the chocolate of it is good.
Okay. So let's talk in a realm of age. Let's see. Before there was cherry cola or cherry Pepsi, how would you get that flavor?
Before there was cherry cola or cherry Pepsi?
Yeah.
I mean, they just added grenadine to it, right?
Yeah, a Roy Rogers, son.
It's called a Roy Rogers?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was just a cherry Coke. A Roy Rogers is just cherry Coke? That explains why that old-ass man was so mad at me when I was bartending one night. He went Roy Rogers. I'm like, well, fucking call him then. I don't know what to tell you, old man. He was being a total a-hole. And I didn't have the internet in my pocket. I couldn't look it up.
Yeah. Every time me and my wife go to an expensive restaurant, because I'm not really much of a drinker, she'll have a glass of wine or whatever, and I'll be like, oh, let me get a Roy Rogers with extra cherries. And then look
Roy.
At child.
Extra Roy, please. I did have a guy at my last serving job right before the job I have now that ordered a dirty martini. And I was like, how dirty do you want it? And he literally looked me in the eye and said, as dirty as your mom. And I was like, wow, brave. I was dying. I thought that was hilarious.
You're like, so you're my brother, right?
Right. I do think the Louisa song is top shelf. Every song in that movie is really good. I will say. Back to that movie. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the comments. It's hard. So Cubaris, yeah, I think Cubaris. There's not really a way to solve that mess, is there? Because like half of Cubaris species aren't Cubaris.
Oh, the Nesadillo.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I lost track of it. I got into it really hard in the beginning. Like I said, I only do cobbies like for a little bit of time at a time. So I have my pods now, but I'm not really interested in getting any more.
Yeah, there's bunch of Cubaris that all of a sudden got reclassified as the Nesadillo, like the Silver Ghost and Purple Ghost, and let's see what else. The Shiro Utsuris.
Yeah, Purple Ghost, Shiro.
There's
Silver
a couple
Ghost, Purple Ghost.
Would probably throw in that same classification, honestly. Like the trying to think of one off the top of my head right now.
Red Tigers.
Oh,
I thought Green Laser was on that list.
That's one that I just got recently. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Oh, White Pigeon. I'm curious if those would be technically in the classification of Nesadillo.
I'm going to ask, I do plan on asking Oren about that when he comes on. We're going to talk kind of at length about that particular topic. Hopefully. Hopefully he doesn't just go, oh, get a degree, stupid.
Hey, don't talk about poop when you have him on, please.
I'm going to talk about the most bizarre shit he's ever had to talk about with a human being.
The screen's just going to go back and he's going to be gone.
Like, I don't want to spoil anything with him because just having not weird conversations, but having conversations over Facebook Messenger is a hard way to get to know somebody. But you get to see you do get to see like their verb choices and their word choices and how they say things, and you're like, I make assumptions on people based on that because I'm a very text based mind.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So when I'm talking to somebody online or on text, I make assumptions about how they are as a person based on like the words they're choosing to describe a certain thing, or like, did they say it normal? Did they try to say it cool and they're old like me? Like I try to say things in a cool way, but I'm old and
right.
Now I make fun of it.
Most people think I'm a lady because of my name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite on the daily basis.
Do you get mail? Do you get mail to like Mrs. Cheyenne Boots Houghton?
Oh yeah. I get solicitor calls. This is for Miss Cheyenne Houghton, and it's like speaking. But yeah, it happens all the time. But like, it's my favorite one was when I was featured on Snake Discovery. They thought I was a girl for the whole time.
That's awful. See, my dad's name is Kim, so I grew up surrounded by that.
Yeah.
So I remember 2 fights I got into in grade school because somebody was like, "Dad's got a girl name," and I was like, "Your mom's got a girl's name." I didn't think. Well, I wasn't smart.
But yeah, it was pretty funny on the Snake Discovery. She's like, "So go check out Cheyenne. She's super awesome." Blah blah blah. I'm like,
that stings a little.
Yeah.
If I was a woman, God forbid I was a woman.
Like, hey, Emily, I'm totally a dude. And she was like, "Oh my God." Yeah, it was pretty funny. So
that's the internet, man.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I mean, are you Native American at least, or no?
No, not at all. I'm
just Cheyenne. They just liked it.
80% English.
Huh.
In fact, there's a Houghton Castle in I think it's Ireland that was like you've seen Braveheart, correct?
Yeah.
Like, the different lords, the different English lords that lord over the different portions of Europe. There was a Houghton Castle that apparently my family is of royal descent enough that there was a Lord Castle of the Houghton Lord Castle in Ireland. Yeah.
Subjugating the Irish. So do your ancestors get super murdered by dudes with deer horns as weapons? Or?
Oh, probably, for sure. Yeah,
Dope.
for sure.
I don't know anything cool in my history like that. I used to tell people that my grandpa moved here. We're super German. So I used to tell people that my grandpa, after he moved here, he had to fight in World War II. Well, his dad fought for the Nazis, but we fought for the Americans, and they had to fight, on opposite sides. It wasn't true. I don't know. I don't know why I made that up. Like, who wants a great grandpa who was a Nazi? That's just a dumb story. So Trillets keeps coming up in chat. So Trillets is a cross between tricolors and scarlets. Trilets.
Neither which I can afford.
Yeah, I know, right? It's easier to just get both species and throw them together.
And I can't tell you how many raffles I've invested money in.
I hate raffles so much.
Yeah, I can't do them anymore.
Once I started to do the math, I got so pissed about people, not people that run raffles. I mean, you're getting the money, get it.
But just save.
Yeah, but by the time you get them in a raffle, you could have just bought them straight up.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, sometimes you hit it big. Like, I know a couple people that have hit. I got in one raffle for tricolors on the first week they were in America, and I got them. It's like,
yeah,
dude, good for you. That's like an ATM card right there, basically.
That's not Cheyenne luck.
It's not Cheyenne luck.
That's not Cheyenne luck. It's not boy named Sue luck over here.
Yeah. When Brian Hahn was into it, the Isopod man.
Yeah.
He was my first connections in the hobby, and I won his first 3 raffles, like in a row.
It's rigged.
Then I stopped. I did get, and he got a message from somebody that was like, it's nice you let your friend win all the time, so you just keep the money. Yeah. I assure you, I have these Isopods.
Nice.
I don't remember what they were. Honestly, it wasn't even anything fancy. So
where is he these days? Have you heard from him?
No, he got out of the hobby. He's doing he bought one of those laser machines, those laser cutting machines, and he's doing like Christmas ornaments and nameplates and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Like one of the first things he sent me was like a pin he had made and a little like name plaque. It's still in with my magic potions. Yeah, they're both still in with my magic potions.
Nice.
So, because that's what I got from him. My invaders.
Yeah.
Those damn magic potions have invaded like 10 of my bins, so I have to keep scooping them out.
The invaders I had.
I only get like the good invaders. I don't get like white dwarfs or anything like that. Like those are.
So many people are like, oh, dwarf whites are in every one of my cultures. I've never had that issue. It's regular armadillidium and regular scabers that somehow make it into every culture at some point or another.
So weird. Yeah. I have a significant amount of Punta Canas that's loose in my basement right now. So I'm hoping they leave enough. They have enough stuff to get into under a shelf or something that they don't just dry up, but they probably are gonna. They found a way to get out. I found like their little escape route. I was like, I don't know how long that's been going on.
They got the hole dug through the wall underneath the poster that they dug with a spoon. A
little isopod, a little like sexy isopod on the poster. Yeah.
Ooh la la!
That should be my thumbnail next week. Just yeah, we're gonna have pillipedes this coming Saturday. We're gonna do pillipedes with a guy from Germany, so we're gonna get the cool stuff, not like
nice.
You know, the garbage ones that we get here, basically. Well, Glamorous is okay, but Parachai are the best. That is my favorite isopod, I think. If I had to judge isopods, I would say my Armadillidium Parachai is my favorite. I don't know how they're classified as Armadillidium because they don't look. They don't look like them. Like you physically see there's a huge difference, like just visually, that they don't roll up in a ball the right way. Like they're like American Cubaris almost. Yeah, there's going to be some good stuff coming up. We got some good guests. We're going international. We're going to have a German guest. We're going to have a guy from Russia.
What?
Yeah, Dimitri Dim. He does these
that's
crazy
or current events lately.
Yeah, I don't think he's on that side of Russia. I don't. He doesn't seem like he's one of those invading type of Russians. I think he just lives there.
He's invading YouTube with you.
He will. He will. It's not for a couple months, so hopefully that'll all be done then. So hopefully, fingers crossed that's not an issue. But maybe we could fix it. Maybe we could fix it right here. So we could fix that whole commotion.
We're bringing folks together. 137 subscribers at a time.
Wait, you have 137? Dude, you're killing it.
No, I think that's what you're at, aren't you? Something like that.
I'm at like 176.
Oh, okay.
I think I was. I probably lost a few today.
314, I think, as of today. I'm a superstar.
You're at 314?
Something like that, yeah.
I got to get that Snake Discovery chick on to collaborate with me.
Right. I was famous for 4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
Does it show? 176 subscribers.
Yes.
Very excited to have every one of them. At least 10% show up here every time we do a show.
Would have hit 200 on 2222. Today.
That would be dope.
Tonight.
That would be so cool if we got another like 24 viewers by the end of the night. Guys, tell your friends. Let's do it. Let's get that 200 mark.
24.
Or if I got two new viewers tonight, that would be cool too. Lately, I get one and I lose one, or I lose one and then I gain two. Yeah, and I don't know what I'm doing to send that person away. I always recommend Pod Solo whenever anyone asks for pods. Yeah, you should. He's a solid dude.
What's going on?
Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you see this?
I can see you now. Okay, what is it? Okay.
Can you see this?
Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And
hey, there's good peeps. She sends everybody to the right people.
Hey, yeah, hey. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you.
I feel like
aren't you one of my Patreon supporters? Actually, I think she is. Maybe.
She tries. Heather, are you a Patreon supporter of the Pod Solo?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, I need to get some Patreon going. I don't know if you're making that Patreon money.
All that Patreon money. No, but honestly, the Patreon thing, like, I'm at 10 right now. I go from 10 to 9 to 8 to 9 to 10 to 9 8 to 10. Like, there's always something. I've never made it past 10 Patreon supporters, so we'll see.
Hey man, that's still cool.
Support me, Josh.
I can't. What if I could?
Be 11.
I'm scratching. I want to hit you into those.
$1 a month, you could be a Patreon supporter.
I want to see all those like single dollar transactions come out of my account every month.
Right.
Like, how many of these are there? Like 35, wife. I don't know what to tell you. I got a lot of friends that need my dollar.
Right.
I think that's great. I think it's a cool venue.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I try to. What's the word I'm looking for? Prioritize what I do with my money, since I'm, doing this full time. I have to prioritize, what's important, adding back to the business and all that stuff in order to keep merchandise and whatnot going, as well as paying your own bills and all that stuff. So obviously, like I say, I kind of manage my money as well as I can. So, doing the Patreon thing, I make enough money off of that, I'm able to do things like get a new mic to plug into my phone, when I do my YouTube shows and whatnot and stuff like that. And, it didn't come out of my regular money pocket. So things like that help out, as well as like when I was doing this build back here, I was able to purchase a few things with the money I made off of Patreon to further that build. A lot of the stuff I already had on hand, a lot of the plants and stuff like that, but it definitely helps out,
Yeah, I mean, every bit helps, and it's once you get into the hobby, you get to figure out like what smart buys are. And things more on a budget than just my dumbass running to the like nursery and paying top dollar for scrap plants.
Right.
I'll continue to do that until I'm dead. Which will be soon if I keep eating Isopod chow mixed with M&Ms. But now I'm addicted. Now I'm addicted. Thanks.
Dude, that's what we should have been doing this whole time.
No.
Rocket, bro.
No, bro. I'm not shotgunning isopod chow. It's good. It's healthy. What was I going to ask? I was going to ask you this. I've been meaning to ask you this since before you popped off. So would you say running your business with isopods specifically, that getting, like, would you say there's more value in keeping your own lines going, or jumping onto like the new big thing and having more? Because I know it's isopods. Like, once you get them, you're going to get more. So you're going to get those, like if you get green lasers, let's say, I know they're old school now, but let's say you get a starter colony of green lasers of 12 because somebody's generous and they're doing 12s instead of 6 counts. Let's say that happens and you get a ton of them. Like, is it worth it for you to get into that when it's new? Or,
you know, I have jumped on the bandwagon a few times and jumped in and grabbed, you know, things at a high dollar when, you know, they were selling like hotcakes at the high dollar. And then it ended up not panning out to be a very good investment because by the time I started seeing enough numbers in my bin in order to, you know, start spreading the love and putting them on the website, by that time, you know, the price value goes down so quickly. It seems like when the next thing, you know, just like anything, you know, there's always market value of anything, you know, and I don't know, I'm kind of to the point for me personally that I try to not watch the market value of it as much because I don't know, I what's the words I'm looking for here? I value my pods more as pets and live animals than I do the money. You know what I mean? So that's why sometimes you'll see some of the things that other people have for higher prices potentially at a lower price on my website because, you know, I try to make things as affordable as I can because, you know, ultimately most of the people that are buying these are buying them for pets. And I'd much rather, if I'm going to sell life, you know, I'd be, you know, to, you know, at a price that's affordable that somebody's going to want to actually purchase that thing and keep it as a pet, you know?
For sure. I appreciate that. Like, I will say the last isopods I bought were from you as well. And it was a 6 count. I did a 6 count. I just saw a thing of Destroy and I was like, or Just Troy. I was like, this price is great. It's like half the price of everybody else's 12 counts. Well, it was 6. It was 6 isopods. So It totally made sense. But I wasn't like, I thought it was totally fair. When I got them, I was like, okay, that's fair. You know, yeah. I had to check the invoice. I was like, wait, what the fuck did I spend money on? Why am I only getting 6? What? This is not like Cheyenne. I'm going to have to send him an email. Did they eat the other 6? There's not even dead ones in here.
That's happened before.
Dairy cows, you got to send them individually wrapped.
Yeah. But yeah, like I say, I just, you know, at this point, I try not to chase, you know, the big money bugs as much as I used to because it really just didn't pan out, you know, business wise to, you know, spend that much money on something like that when the market value ends up going down, just like anything does, you know, once people start being able to reproduce them, you know. So
yeah,
I say, if you want something, you know, hold out a little bit and the price will plummet at some point, especially if they breed really well. Panda Kings.
Panda Kings are still way more expensive than I think they should be. And I know tricolors are going to be expensive forever, even though they breed like zebras or like, you know, they breed like crazy. You saw Chris Biggs' video, right? He got like a 12 count, like, I don't even know, 6 months ago, not even. And he has hundreds now. piles of them. I think he split his colony off into 2 already. So,
Hey,
they breed like
Chris,
maniacs.
can I get some of those?
Yeah, right. I think it's come up 3 times in this. Like, dude, talk to Chris Biggs. He's swimming in those bitches. And to be fair, like, he's a very experienced keeper. Like, he's doing it really, really well. But I've heard that everybody that gets them is having huge success with them. So they're not even hard to keep. But they're beautiful. They are my like
Right.
holy grail pod.
Sure.
Well, they're my second holy
Yeah.
grail pod. My first ultimate pod is the cappuccinos. I want cappuccinos so bad, but I can't justify. I know you have them, but yours are what?
Mine are pop finally. They're finally really starting to pop. So
if you find out that you have some extra, I'm on Facebook, Jedi Monkey.
if I ever have extra.
Jedi Monkey, if you search the group Isobuddies on Facebook, I'm that guy. I'm Johannes Washington. That's why my name is Johannes here. I had to have an alias on Facebook so I could post what I wanted and not get fired from jobs or be able to be hired. And to this day, nobody, if you don't know who I am or I don't send you a link, like, you can't find me on Facebook. If you have my Josh information, you cannot find me on Facebook. Period. It just doesn't come up.
Almost to 2 hours, like we spoke about on 2222.
I didn't think it was going to be hard for us. So, I mean, it's still only like noon at your house. Yeah. Are you okay?
What's that?
Do you have to go? Are you good?
No, I'm cool. I'm just watching the timer and I'm like, 2 hours. We're almost there.
We're almost there. I'm going to keep you for another 9 minutes at least.
Ball drop.
Right. Let's. My balls just dropped actually. Wait, you're talking about something else.
No, I'm talking.
I am Instagram phobic. I don't know how to use it. I don't get it. So I don't know how to use it. People send me cool stuff there all the time.
Instagram's like Facebook dumbed down to just pictures. I feel like pictures and vids.
I feel like that too, and I don't do enough of that content to like make it worthwhile.
Yeah,
I guess I could post links to this there.
What's that?
I guess I could post links to this there, but if you have me on Instagram, you already have me as a friend. It's not like I'm going to get new people.
Right. Yeah, I've been trying to get more active on Instagram myself for Pod Solo. But yeah, it's like a different kind of format that it's like, it's hard to advertise on. It's hard to like, you know, when I upload a new YouTube video to the channel, it's like, okay, I'm going to go drop it on Facebook. I'm going to drop it here. I'm going to drop it there, you know, Patreon first, you know, Patreon always videos first, you know, I'll drop it on the website. And then I'm like, I just wish I could drop it on Instagram, but I can't even drop it. I can't even drop it on a link. That's it. Just like, yeah, crazy.
She's folding eggs right now. I don't know if you can see her or not. Let me see. She's folding an egg into the leaf right now with her back legs.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Do you see that white dot right there in the middle of the screen? Those white dots?
Yeah.
On the leaf, those are moldy eggs.
Oh, gross.
The water's clean. The water's clean, so that's not it. The water tests out good. That's my ceiling. Looks really good. All right, so back to chasing those pods. Perfect. Back to chasing those pods. So I think that's a valid concern in the hobby, is that when they come out, they're hugely expensive, but these things breed so fast and propagate so well in most cases that the prices a lot of times aren't as justified.
Right. Well,
like you're saying, like Panda Kings.
Yeah, and I think that the isopods that do end up holding somewhat of a value, like for instance the rubber ducky, you know, they kind of found a point, you know, a price point, and they kind of have held that price point for, you know, quite a while. And I think
they've been there the whole time I've been in the hobby. They've never changed.
Yeah,
it's never gone up. It's never come down. It's rubber duckies are like 120 for 12. Like that's it.
Right. I think the reality of that one is they have such small broods and they don't breed nearly as fast as some of the other Caveris species and whatnot. So obviously they're going to hold that, market value or whatever. A lot better.
I'm not so against it. I wish people knew how much rubber duckies suck. Like they're the original Holy Grail. Sorry.
Awesome.
I need to film my setup and make a small video about my setup because I have a really solid setup for rubber duckies where you actually can see them. And they're happy. They seem to be happy because they're breeding pretty well for me. Hi, buddy. How you doing? I know it's been almost 2 hours. We should be napping.
But they're definitely, they burrow a lot. They disappear a lot. So it's like, what's the word? The odds and numbers, basically. Like when I pull over a piece of cork bark and I see 50 rubber duckies, the reality is there's like 300 in there.
Oh yeah, that's a great litmus test because they're
all hidden in the soil, So
yeah, I love pack chonks, but mine all died. Hi, Mrs. Boots Houghton.
Yeah, there was the missus letting in the cat.
Oh, they bring the cat out there?
Not intentionally. The cat just flew in.
That's funny because my cat is now bothering the crap out of me. Oh, there you go. Do you want to say hi to these people again? Here, this is for Green Jedi Monkeys, friends. There you go. There's cats. We own cats. Look at that kitty. You see him? He loves you. You don't care either, huh? Oh, there you go, bud.
I think my wife is cueing me that it's almost time for the kiddo to go to bed, but I want to make it.
We got 4 minutes.
I want to make it to the 2 hour mark on 2:22:22.
She can stay up 3 minutes. She'll be all right. Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock there, right, or something.
Yeah. Actually, it's my wife's bedtime is the problem. It's not the kid.
She needs to get tucked in. Don't read into that too much.
She's up at like 3:30 in the morning, so for work.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
My wife just goes to bed at 8. Like she just does. She needs that like 10 hours, 12 hours of sleep. So since she had a stroke a couple years ago. So since then she needs sleep like nobody's business. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I get jealous of her sometimes because I have to wake up with the kid for everything. So I'm like, would you let me sleep in if I had a stroke? That's horrible. Don't say that. Don't say that to your wife.
My cat's rubbing on everything, trying to knock everything over.
That's dangerous. I always worry about him knocking over stuff in my bins. Going after your leg too. Perfect. I think pack chongs are super underrated. I think that's an underrated species.
Pack chongs are like probably my favorite cuberas, to be honest.
I think that's a hands down. I think everybody says that.
The contrast of colors with their coloration is like a plastic toy. You know what I mean? They're so stinking cute.
So before we log off in the 2 minutes, would you say, I have a theory right now that I want to try to work on is line breeding, like pure versions of my isopods that I have, like the morphs that I have, like perfect versions. I don't know if you know about like some of the shrimp where they have like A class and double A class, where they're like superior bred shrimp. Like,
oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I think if we could do that with our like mid-range to low-end pods, we could come up with some really cool stuff that is going to breed easily, but be beautiful. Maybe not we. I shouldn't use the word we, but I don't know. What do you think about that? In a minute.
I don't know. I feel like just like anything that we try to line breed with, breeding anything, I feel like eventually the bloodlines get a little too narrow with the chromosomes.
Yeah.
That's
true.
I've had issues with like cultures crashing that I feel like I probably would have not lost had I gotten, some more blood into that culture, I feel like at some point the genetics just stop working. You know what I mean?
I wonder if the breeders could set up some kind of a, like, in the last 7 seconds, if they could set up some kind of like a group where you trade, bloodlines. Like say you have, I'm going to go back to green lasers. I don't know why I don't even want those isopods. They keep coming to my mind tonight.
I
So
still
say
want
you and
them.
I, say you and I have green lasers and we know we bought them from somebody else. We could trade periodically between each other, or we could trade between each other maybe once a year, and then
Right.
branch out, like get some more breeders in the circle and like kind of shift stock back and forth. Because
So,
by the time you come back around to the other person, the lines have changed enough that it's kind of fresh
right.
stock again.
See, this is my whole thing with the whole genetics thing as well, is how many different groups of these isopods that get brought into the US.
Yeah.
However that may be, brown bag or permits
Prison
or whatever.
wallet.
However they get into the US to become a breeding thing. How many groups of them are actually coming over here, or are they just one person collecting them on the field, and we're all reproducing off of the same 10 that make it to the US? You know what I mean? So how much real genetic diversity is there really? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like in some of those more exotic ones, I think that's totally valid. I also think, and I wanted to ask Oren about this too, genetically, is from what I understand is that shrimp and invertebrates, like their DNA doesn't break down as much from inbreeding, anywhere near as much as like a mammal or a bird or even a frog or whatever, like higher life forms.
Right.
Invertebrates don't suffer from that as much. Like they don't have, I don't know, like inbred genetic defects type of thing. Like eventually they probably would, but don't quote me on that. This is things that I've heard or picked up in conversations or just read in message boards. Yeah, I do want to ask Oren about that specifically. Like I want to key in on some major points. And I mean, I know eventually that's a thing. So my guys have been going over a year, just banging like crazy. I don't see anything weird coming out of there.
Right.
But
I think the only thing that I've seen is, like I say, in cultures that, because I always do try to occasionally get a fresh culture of this or that from someone else that I believe to be new blood.
it might not be. Yeah, like you're saying.
Yeah, for all I know, we all got it from the same person 10 people back. In reality, it just all made it back to my bin, eventually. But we do try to do the different diversity in the bloodlines as much as we can. But it seems like whenever I do have a bin that suffers from a crash, I always ask I always wonder, maybe has something to do with the fact that I haven't added new blood to that culture recently or what have you. Because sometimes there's no other way to be like, everything else looks great in here. Why did this crash? Moisture's good, food's good. You were all alive 3 days ago. What happened?
Doing anything different. Yeah, ventilation's good. Everything's good.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if it's just a genetic flaw that happens or something.
That's weird. That is weird.
Cray and the hey, but we've made it. We've made it to our 2 hours. Sir.
2 hours and 3 minutes. Unbelievable. We did it, folks. We did it. Some of you stayed the whole time. Heather was here before we even started. I think she was here before me.
I want to thank my parents for naming me Cheyenne. And secondly, I want to thank I don't know. My wife for
Jesus.
Because it's terrorizing me now.
I want to thank Jesus. I thank my wife. I want to thank your wife for being patient with me, for having you on.
Multiple times.
Rick's still here too. I mean, tonight for this.
Oh yeah.
I am so grateful that you're here. I'm sad that Rachel couldn't make it, but I'm glad we got to focus conversation a little bit more. So
yeah.
I think Rachel would have helped me rein it in a little bit better.
We got to weird stuff and talk about food.
We talked a lot about poop, human
Yeah.
poop, which we don't.
Because we're
I don't think
sexy.
we've ever talked about.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think we talked about human poop until today.
I don't think I have on this show. I'm gonna have to go back and watch every episode. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all
bring
right,
it
man. Oh yeah, you bring the shit right out of me. So thanks for coming on. That looked really weird. We might have to edit that out.
It was supposed to be a plunger, like
It didn't look like a plunger anymore. You were... All right, man.
Okay.
Go put that kid to bed. It's late, and I will talk to you later. Thanks so
All
much
right.
for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So have a great one, all right, bud?
Absolutely. You too, man.
All right, thank you. That's the guy who started it all. He's the reason we're here. Oh, the cat waved goodbye. Nobody saw it.
I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back.
Here it comes again. Take us out, kitty. All right. Thanks for watching us, everybody. If you're coming on now and watching in the stages, I appreciate that too. Have a great night, and we'll see you Saturday at noon or 12:30. I'll put it out there. So thanks again, and here's to another year, all right, of eating weird stuff and being on the YouTubes.